Sequencer mode. The Krome is a music workstation, meaning that not only can it be used for performance, but also for writing and recording music. As you've seen, there are several tools to inspire you, such as the arps and drum track. But there are tools to capture your inspiration as well. The integrated 16-track sequencer is where you can record, edit, and complete your musical ideas. Let's go to sequencer mode. The top page displays tracks 1 through 8, and then touch this tab to display 9 through 16. Go back to the first tab. You'll notice that each of the 16 tracks has the same program, A00 Krome Grand Piano. Press Page and touch Routing IFX. Also, there are no effects assigned. Press Exit. Obviously, you can go through and assign programs to the tracks and assign the effects you need. However, this does take a bit of time, so there are a couple of ways to speed up this process. For example, Auto Song Setup. Go to Combination mode. Let's use Combi A15 Tempo Pad. When you get inspired, you can use Auto Song Setup to bring the entire combi into the sequencer, including the sounds, the effects, even the drum track and arps, so you can record your idea. Make sure the drum track and arps are on. Press Record, then either touch OK on the screen or press Record again to confirm. Pressing Start will give you a 2-measure pre-count, then start recording. The keyboard part you played, plus the arps and the drum track parts, have all been recorded on separate tracks. You can now add additional parts on the remaining tracks, edit, copy, paste, etc. However, Auto Song Setup uses multi-record, so the different parts can be recorded on separate tracks simultaneously. You can see the multiple tracks set to record. When you want to record an additional track after using Auto Song Setup, you need to disable multi-record by touching the Preferences tab and unchecking this multi-record box. Press Exit. Another way to quickly get started is using a template song. A template song sets up the song with sounds, levels, panning, effects, etc. for a particular musical genre. Select a new song location by touching to the left of the song name and touch S002. This allows you to set the initial length of the song, keep it as 64 measures, and touch OK. Open the command menu and touch Load Template Song. There are 16 templates already supplied and 16 user for you to save your own. Select Pop. You can just touch OK, but check off the box that says Copy Pattern to Track 2, and then touch OK. As well as loading in the song template, you can now choose a drum pattern to put on track 1. Based on the template song selection, the first drum pattern that comes up is suited to that musical style. Press play to audition the pattern. There are hundreds of drum patterns to choose from. Scroll over to the left, and let's use pattern P001 Pop and Ballad 1. Each time you touch OK, it places the pattern on the track, one after the other. You can see the measure change each time. Now touch Exit. Press Play. Now we have a drum part on track 1. Press Stop. This is the Locate button. Press this and it returns the song to measure 1. You can set the locate point to anything you want. By default, it's measure 1. But at any point in the song, you can hold down Enter and press the locate button, and that now becomes the locate point. This can be done while the song is playing or stopped. Notice that the song template has assigned programs to the tracks. Press Page and touch Routing IFX, and the effects have been assigned. Press Exit. Let's add a bass part on track 2. Select track 2. There's already a bass program. Press Record and Start. Go to track 3. Before we record the piano, let's use Quantize. This will adjust the timing of the notes you record to a specific value. Touch here and select eighth notes. Quantizing can be done as you're recording or later in Track Edit. There are several ways to record a track. Touch Preferences. We have been using Overwrite, which will erase and record over what is currently on the track. Overdub records on top of what is there without erasing. Check the PDF manual for information on other ways of recording, such as step recording, pattern recording, and RPPR, for example. Set it back to Overwrite and press Exit. Touching the arrow in the lower right corner and dragging to the left displays the transport bar so you can start, stop, record, etc. right from the screen. Select track 4. One of the hardest things to sequence and make sound realistic is guitar strumming. The polyphonic arps are a great tool to help with this. This template already has a strumming arp assigned to this track. Turn on the arp and hold a chord. The realism comes from the way the notes are triggered, one slightly before the next as they are played up and down, the same way they are when you strum a real guitar. Let's record this, but set Quantize to high, so we retain the special timing of the notes. This time, use the on-screen transport bar. For now, drag the transport bar off the screen. The Krome has an incredibly intuitive system of editing. To understand the editing more clearly, let's edit the bass track we recorded. Select the bass track, track 2, press Page and go to Track Edit, Track View page. From here, editing can be done by touching the information directly on the screen to make changes. Track View shows 4 tracks at a time, in this case tracks 1 through 4. Touch these bars above and below to display the other tracks. Or touch here on the left to jump to specific groups of 4 tracks. Track 2 is our bass track. Touch Setup. Here we can choose to have the track names displayed, plus velocity and controller information as well. Touch OK. Now the names are displayed and there's a visual indication of not only notes, but also velocity. Currently, we are looking at measures 1 through 5. You can move to other measures by touching the bars on the right and left. Along the right is the toolbox, a variety of tools used for editing. By the way, it's possible to simply use your fingertip to do the editing, but if you find your hands are too large for this, then use a stylus. Whatever works for you. Okay, let's do some editing. First, let's move measures 1 and 2 to measure 3. These 2 tools specify the range. Touch this tool and touch the start measure. Then touch this tool and touch the end measure. Or you can select this tool and touch and drag to select the range. This tool moves the events. Touch the measure range and drag it to measure 3. Since there is already data on measure 3 and 4, the prompt asks what you want to do. Overwrite will replace the data of measures 3 and 4 with the source data, measures 1 and 2. Merge will combine the source data with the existing data. Keep it on Overwrite and touch OK. If you made a mistake and want to go back to the way it was before, press Compare. You can toggle back and forth between the 2 versions. For now, leave it the old way before the edit was done, and we'll try some other edits. This tool is used to copy and paste the data. Select the measure range. Let's copy it to measure 3. Touch the tool and touch the destination measure, and the data will be copied there. We've been moving and copying within one track, but of course you can do the same from one track to another. This tool is used for erasing the measures. Select track 2 again. So far, we've been editing measures, but you can edit each MIDI event individually. One way is to open the command menu and select Event Edit. Touch OK and a list of all the events of the track are displayed for you to edit. Touch Done. Another way is to use Piano Roll Edit. This can be selected from the command menu or right from the track edit page by touching the magnifying glass icon. From left to right, we're looking at the measures. Touch the scroll left button here a few times to return to measure 1. From top to bottom, we're looking at the notes of a keyboard. The note range is selected by scrolling here. Scroll until we see the notes of the bass track. Touch here. These view buttons adjust the zoom of the view. Let's zoom in a bit to make the notes longer and thicker. That way they are easier to select. As before, there are several tools on the right to use for editing. This tool selects a note. Touch the tool and then touch any note. Notice that the information of the note is displayed: the location, the note, the velocity, and the duration. This tool is also used for moving notes. You'll know that the note is selected when this box appears on the upper left displaying the note information. This tool is used for adjusting the length of notes. Touch and hold a note until the information box appears. Drag left or right to adjust the length. This tool enters notes. This tool erases notes. This switches between the data being shown as note data with durations or drum note data. Select the drum icon when editing drum or percussion tracks. Use this tool to move the area displayed. Along the bottom, controller information is shown. By default, it shows the velocity of each note. Change it from velocity to controller 7. Controller 7 is used to control volume. The tools on the right can be used as before to adjust the values graphically. Use this tool to create controller data. Touch play to hear our edits. Touch Done and press Exit to return to the top page. Lastly, let's look at Cue List. Press Page, Cue List. Cue List allows you to deal with songs as sections of songs, stringing them together to make one final song. For example, Song 00 could be the verse, and Song 01 could be the chorus. Then you assemble them together using this page. Song 00, the verse, 2 times. Touch End, then Insert to add another step before it. Song 01, the chorus, 1 time. Insert. Song 00, 1 time. Insert. Song 01, 3 times. For most situations, it's best to check off this box for the first step only so the transition from song to song is smooth. If you do this, be sure to keep the effects of all the song sections the same as the song of the first step. When you're happy with the arrangement, open the Command menu and touch Convert to Song. Select the song location, then touch OK to create the location, then OK again to make the cue list a single song. When creating the song sections, be sure to make the length of the songs only as long as the actual verse, chorus, etc. For example, if the verse needs to be 8 measures long, go to Track Edit and delete the measures of all the tracks from measure 9 onward. Press Exit.